to Ageless Living here at Voice America World Talk Radio. This is Dr. Tong Li, your host, here with my co-host,
Kurt Wilhelm, and we want to welcome everyone back to the show. Here on Ageless Living, we talk about all things beauty, health, and balance. And so you want to stay tuned, and you might even want to keep a paper and pencil handy. In particular, we couldn't do all this not only without our listeners, which we appreciate all of you listening, but also our advertisers. And our main advertiser on Ageless Living is found at azmdlaser.com. It's Arizona Laser and Skin at azmdlaser.com. And if you go to the website and just kind of see what the services are that might apply to you, there's a lot to do with skin, there's cosmetic surgery there's holistic practices. See what appeals to you, and then make a call, and they will give you, your first consultation will be for free. So schedule an appointment, go down there and visit them. I initially went down there because I wanted to have the magical cosmetic surgery facelift making me look 16 years old. But what they did instead was to share with me that, you know what, there's a lot of natural ways to do things rather than looking like Joan Rivers, which, by the way, if you did it with them, you wouldn't look like Joan Rivers. But the point is that things that are a little bit more invasive, you want to use as more of a last resort. So they will, what I love about Arizona Laser and Skin is that they have so many different ways to help you look healthy and beautiful without having to go carving and cutting. So that's actually one of the things we're talking about today, is carving and cutting a little too much. There's a bunch of surgeries that are recommended a little too often, diagnosed a little bit too often, prescribed a little too often, and we're talking about lower back pain today. So Dr. Lee, if you want to introduce that a little bit, that would be great.
Sure. Last show we were talking about the surgeries that are done at highest percentage that are considered not necessary. The last one we kind of left it for this show is the lower back surgery. By the way, Kurt, you look awfully good today. What's
Well, thank
different?
you.
What's different?
A couple of things that are different are that I lost another 3 pounds.
See, I can tell. That's
It actually shows up, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
You know, we love to, in this show, we'd love to actually motivate our listeners to get involved in your health, in your beauty, in your happiness building. So it's, you know, life is based on a lot of choices. Those choices, only you can make them. Only you can make those differences, and we'd love to be the helping hand to help you to make those decisions.
Absolutely. For example, if you do make an appointment at Arizona Laser and Skin, one of the aspects that Dr. Lee can do for you is acupuncture. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding surrounding acupuncture from the standpoint that people, first of all, think it might be a little bit painful, which it's very seldom painful. And the other aspect of it they think is that it's not relaxing, and even more.
People fall asleep.
Yeah. People actually fall asleep during it, so it's very relaxing. But it has to do with getting your energy right inside of your body, or would I be correct in saying helping you find your chi?
Oh, absolutely. And there are also needleless options, meaning that we don't necessarily use needle. We actually will be talking about this natural health tip of the day. Today we're going to be talking about acupressure.
Mm-hmm.
Things you can do yourself for back pain.
See,
using
again,
acupressure.
this is what I love about Dr. Lee and Arizona Laser and Skin, is that they care about you, the patient. They don't care so much about making money, because the thing is, if they take care of you, then you're going to come back and spend your money on things that are valuable to you, as opposed to things that you wouldn't necessarily have needed to spend money on. So just all the way around, they're going to take care of you, and that's what I love. But a very simple thing that I think it was Dr. Lee, it was you that mentioned the jojoba. The other thing I've been doing different is jojoba oil. And I've been using that on my skin and hair. Before I met Dr. Lee, I didn't use any kind of lotion or any kind of moisturizer on my face. So she's convinced me I need to do this.
We should look at you before and after.
Actually,
I have them. So
yeah, she does have them, and there have been some differences. So
you're getting younger and younger every day, by the day. going backwards.
Maybe I do look slightly
sure-
younger than I actually
I'm
am.
sure you hear it from everybody.
I just want to look the best age that I am, look the best for my age that I can, and I never fool myself. I'm going to look younger, but once in a while, people surprise me. Maybe I do.
Great, great. Back to the back pain. A lot of people are looking for quick solutions. I mean, in this kind of high-speed modern world, we at the fingertip we get information, internet, connection with people from thousands miles away. We are just so used to a quick fix for everything, including for pain and for health issues such as back pain. So when people are suffering from pain, they were like saying, "Can I cut it off? Can I just get rid of it somehow?" Well, you know, back pain happens to be not a disease. It is a symptom. It could be literally 100 things, different things causing the back pain. From my years of medical experiences, I've seen people having back pain from all different sources and reasons. Now, you know, superficially you can list a whole bunch of things that can be blamed for this condition of back pain. Improper seat, people blame better seating. The cushion is not good. Well, what about the posture? And
As
mattress.
I straighten up.
Mattress.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're hoping to get a solution for mattresses. I mean, I'm not saying there's no value in that, but you know, it may not be the solution though.
If I could, I tend to deviate more than I should, but I saw a suggestion online. I'm not, let me make the blanket disclaimer out for all of our shows that we give every so often, is that always consult your doctor. We recommend you consult more than one doctor, so get second, third opinions, but in particular get opinions from holistic doctors as well as your main doctor before you implement anything that we have to say. We're giving educational material, and we're not prescribing or diagnosing any of our listeners. But having said that, I was on mine and I saw a video about a pillow, basically just rolling up a towel and putting it, because what I have been diagnosed with is too straight of a neck. So in other words, there's not a bend. What would you call that?
The
Curve.
curvature.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't have proper.
That just means you're special, Kurt.
That's what it is. So I always had this pressure in my upper back and neck, and I started sleeping on that. And I'm going to warn you, for the first 30 days, I didn't feel right. But after 30 days, the pain worked its way through, and I feel great.
That's why you look so good.
And yeah, maybe it's turning into pain-free. I have
stress-free.
curvature in my neck. You know, everything's better. So anyway, but yeah, there's these little things that have to do with things that you don't have to go see the chiropractor every 3 days, even though, you know, and if you've had a damage to your back, maybe it's a good idea.
Right.
But we'll be talking about that more as we go.
Right. It's like a number like 80% of us, 80% of the whole population at some point of their lives would have suffered back pain. So don't have to feel too bad if you have back pain. You're not alone. Everybody gets it, not everybody, but 80% of people.
I was in 6th grade when the first time I went to a chiropractor, and I learned to love chiropractors. I grew too fast. I grew so fast, lots of too much information on the personal information on the show, that I have stretch marks on the back of my legs because I grew so fast in 6th grade. And it hurt my lower back. It was so much pain. And my mom threw me in the car, took me to a chiropractor, and I wanted to hug that chiropractor.
So you want to click on the time thing? So that's another thing. Growing pain is another one. There are also reasons could be deeper, like kidney problems.
Mm-hmm.
You could be having a urinary tract infection, kidney tumors, anything. I mean, anything related to kidneys can be an issue. Let me tell you another one.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people complaining back pain that's so persistent and so bothersome. People went to all kinds of doctors, couldn't find solutions. Eventually, after care for questioning, she has had a IUD implanted,
Oh.
intrauterine device
Mm.
for preventing pregnancy.
Interesting.
So after removal of IUD, after
Back
a
pain
few
away.
weeks, the pain is gone.
But isn't it important to just fuse those discs?
Well, you're jumping a little fast there. The disc and the IUD, they're not related.
Yeah, I was being funny.
So, so basically gynecological issues
Mhm.
can cause back pain too. And the discs, they can be related to the back pain.
Mhm.
It could be abnormal but not related to back pain. So,
That's right.
if you see something abnormal in the MRI, but if you don't have these symptoms, how do you explain that?
Right.
Well, we can have disc problems, but seemingly problems on the MRI, but not really having any back pain.
It's really true. The last time I had an X-ray, again, too much personal information here, but I am theoretically, well, not theoretically, I see it. I'm getting bone spurs on my spine, and so I'm being cautioned that I better be careful about it because it
This
could
is
have
something
issues
I
over
would
time.
love to talk about. Being
Mhm.
cautious. What does that mean? No running, no exercising, don't do anything, don't bend over?
Well, I must not be being cautious. Doing all of the above.
These kind of advice,
Mhm.
I'm not completely for it.
Mhm.
I think, people should not stop moving just because they want to prevent some arthritis or joint pain or disc, whatever. That's against common sense.
Mhm. I
You know,
agree.
being alive, moving around is being alive. When we stop moving, you know what that's called? It's called death.
Yeah, pretty much. This is exactly why I look for that rolled towel, where I rolled up the towel and it solved a lot of issues with the curvature in my neck, is that if you think about it, the bone spurs often start growing in areas where your body is continually rubbing. I figured if I could put my spine back the way it should be, get some curvature back in there, that at least it would rub in different areas, if nothing else. That was my definition of being
bone
cautious.
spurs don't always cause problems.
Yeah, I'm not yet. For me, I'm doing
Well,
okay.
exactly. So whenever you have back pain problems, always look for things more serious, more internal first, before you say, well, it's just back pain, I'm going to exercise and do those other things to live with it.
Mhm.
Same thing going back to the disclaimer, go check with your doctor first.
Sure.
Posture, sometimes poor physical conditioning or deconditioning, what we call. If it's hurting, so you kind of brace yourself and not do anything, and things get shortened, shrink,
Mhm.
and pain gets worse and worse. So a lot of times, you don't necessarily want to stop moving when you have back pain completely. Looks like we're all coming to a break time.
We are. Wanted to give one quick testimonial of the human body before as we go to break. Is that it's amazing that it's the only machine that I know of that the more you use it, the more it repairs itself. I just have come to that conclusion over and over and over. I want to agree with what Dr. Lee had to say. When we come back, we're going to be talking more about the lower back pain, what causes it, and
The remedies.
The
for it,
remedies,
yes.
absolutely. So we want to thank Dr. Lee for hosting the show. I'm the co-host, Kurt Wilhelm, here on the show, and we'll be right back after the break.
Thank you, Kurt. We'll be back.